Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. For the people that don't know me, hey, I'm Marsh, the #1 Bloodhound on Apex Legends. As you guys can see, my stats are on screen. For the people that do know me, welcome back. I appreciate you guys. Thank you guys for supporting me as usual. The growth on YouTube has been absolutely phenomenal, faster than I could have ever expected. If we could hit the like goal of 200 likes in 24 hours, it would be absolutely amazing. Also, I have two things I need to remind you guys before we get into the video. First one is, if ever you guys are looking for a team for pubs or ranked, whether it be or just staying up to date with the channel, there's a Discord link in the description. Make sure you go head there and join the Imarshi community Discord. The best way to stay up to date with the channel, be notified whenever something goes up, whether it be a tweet, YouTube, or anything, and to find teams for pubs or ranked. Everybody's super chill and everybody's super good in there, so make sure you go head there. And second thing is, we do have the #1 1v1 tournament coming up. So me being #1 Bloodhound, I'll be 1v1ing like #1 Gibby, Loba, Watson, Octane, and so on and so forth. And they'll be 1v1ing each other. So if ever you guys want to see #1 Gibby versus #1 Watson, or #1 Revenant versus #1 Loba, or whichever one, I'll be uploading every single one of their 1v1s on this channel. So be ready for a bunch of content to be pushed out. I don't want to keep you guys waiting for too long, so I'm going to go straight into the video. Without further ado, let's go right into 5 common mistakes you guys make in Apex Legends that could completely alter your entire playstyle, save games, and make you guys just better players in general. So make sure you guys stay tuned for that. And without further ado, let's get right into the video. So the first thing I want to go over is shield swapping versus healing. Now before I go into it, I'm going to let you guys watch these clips. Just look how powerful shield swaps be, even in the middle of a fight. This is on controller, by the way. Someone does that to you, what do you do? Someone does that to you, what do you do? I shield swapped on that kid twice.
That's bad. They're flanky spanky. Take yourself every.
Nice. Dude. There's no way they dropped it.
No, this is like
So as you guys can see, a shield swap is a lot quicker than this 5-second battery here. Here, see, in the other clip, I already shield swapped like twice over here. It gave me, what, a total of like 200 more health to fight a guy. So there's also another technique when shield swapping. Let's say this was a box. You can literally go over here and shield swap while mid-air and jumping around like this on controller. So I'll be putting that in the movement guide for the people that are interested. The movement guide is coming out soon. Make sure you're tuned for that. And the last thing I want to talk about is about when to push and when to heal with your team. Let's say shield swap's not available and you have to pop a battery or something because you have to heal your purple or your blue or your red shield, and your team is fighting. Most of the time, depending on the situation, because every situation is different, so it may vary, but usually the biggest guideline is, if ever your team has an advantage in numbers, you're going to want to tell your team to either wait up so you can heal, and then you push them all together while you are fully healed, making it a full 2v3 instead of like a 2.5 versus a 2 because you're not healed. Or if ever your team is hard engaged and they can't wait, they're fighting people and you have the chance to get a flank, or you have an angle on somebody, you don't want to heal, you want to help your team first. You want to help your team out first. If you going back to heal will put your team at a disadvantage that is noticeable enough for you guys to lose the fight, you don't want to heal, you want to help your team out. Alright guys, so the next thing I want to talk about is swapping to your secondary. Now this can be good and bad, so you have to know when to do it. Most of the time, swapping to your secondary is a lot faster than reloading. Let's say you're rocking an LMG or a shotgun or anything as your primary. The reload time is very, very long, so swapping to a pistol or an SMG can be absolutely crucial in fights to help you win, because swapping can be literally half the time it takes to reload. but it depends which secondary you have. If you have a pistol, an SMG, or an AR, sometimes swapping that as a secondary can save a lot of time, as pistols have the fastest swap time, submachine guns have the second fastest swap time, and assault rifles are sort of like mid. If you have a sniper and an LMG as a secondary, not swap is going to take a lot longer than reloading your primary weapon. But let's say you're rocking like double SMG, swapping to the other SMG can save you a lot of time and therefore win you that gunfight. Alright, so moving on, strafing. So strafing makes you a harder target to hit. Depending on which guns you're rocking, your strafe speed can be faster. Like, you can see how fast I'm moving without the aiming in. Even with an SMG though, aiming in with an SMG doesn't really slow down my strafe speed, so it makes me a much harder target to hit. As for an LMG though, you can see how fast I'm going now, and look how considerably slower I went. So with an LMG, strafing may not be the move. Playing your cover, let's say you have an enemy in front of you, playing your cover like this can be a lot better than strafing, which is why LMGs are used more mid-range and long-range. Same thing goes with crouch spamming. If I do this, even if I crouch spam, I'm not doing much right now. I'm just almost immobile. But with an SMG in close range, crouch spamming can make me a much harder target to hit. Not only am I strafing side to side, but I'm going up and down, making my hitbox move all around the place. So it makes me a much harder target to hit. So depending on your guns, if you have an SMG, an assault rifle, or a pistol, strafing and crouch spamming can be great. Try not to be predictable. Try not to go just side to side both times. Go like here and then keep going this way, and then, you know, just try to be unpredictable with your strafe. Same with your crouch spams. Don't do it like this all the time. This can be beneficial if you can do it quickly, but then again, that depends on your crouch speed. So just try to be unpredictable with your strafe. Try to be unpredictable with your crouch spamming. If you have an LMG or a heavier weapon, a sniper, play cover instead of strafing or crouch spamming, because they do virtually nothing. The next thing I want to talk about is hipfire versus not hipfiring, and why hipfiring is great. The good thing about hipfiring is that you keep your movement speed. Whether you have an LMG or a SMG or whatever, when you're hipfiring your gun, you keep your movement speed, as opposed to just aiming down like you guys saw in the previous segment. You lose your movement speed as the gun is heavier. Hipfire gets rid of that, but you lose accuracy with hipfire. As if I were doing this, see how long it takes me to kill him, rather than doing this, seeing how long it takes me to kill him. So you lose accuracy, but you gain movement speed with hipfire. So hipfire should only be used at close range, either literally barrel stuffing or in this little like gray spot, which is between close and mid range. This is a decent hipfire. Another trick with hipfiring too is if you are hipfiring, but you aim in your gun right before. Let's say I start hipfiring, aim it in, and then keep hipfiring. Hipfire is almost as accurate as ADSing, so aim in and hipfire. Again, same thing with him. Aim in and hipfire. See how that increases the accuracy? So that's a little trick to remember whenever you're hipfiring. Make sure you always at least aim in a little bit before. It'll increase your hipfire accuracy. So again, only hipfire if you are close range. The only exception to this is shotguns. If you have a PK, you're going to want to charge it up with the choke if you're at a little farther ranges. But then again, if you're a little closer with the shotgun, make sure you hip fire to keep that movement speed up. Now, the very last thing I want to go over is how long you take to loot. Now, I know some of you guys may think that you are looting fast, but looting fast is a lot simpler than it seems to improve. The only thing you need, let's say you're off drop, you loot, you take a gun, you take ammo, you're good to go. Off drop, it's fine to loot a little longer. But after that, whenever you have your guns, you have decent attachments, you have decent gear and everything. And that don't mean like full purple and gold. I mean like white and blue is completely fine. Whenever you wipe with team, you go straight for ammunition, then you go to heals, and then you go to attachments. If ever you need to keep moving for a 20 bomb, you want to just go for heals and you want to go for ammo and keep moving with attachments. Attachments are going to come. Now this is very important because a lot of people miss out on high kill games because they take so long to loot. They'll go through every single attachment on every single gun. They'll go through every single throwable, every single heal, every single piece of gear. You don't need that purple helmet over your blue. You don't need that purple stock over you blue. What you need is to keep moving. Now this not only avoids you getting caught off guard by third parties, but also increases the amount of time you are spending finding teams, which increases the amount of kills you get per game. Now that's how most people kill grind, how I get my 20,000 kills a season. I take ammo and I move. I kill a team, I take ammo and I keep moving. That's the only thing I take. And once in a while I'll go down for heals because I'm out. Now I hope that this guide helped. I hope that this has helped you and you guys have realized some of the things that you can improve on. If ever did help, make sure you do like and subscribe. I do appreciate you guys being here, and I will see you guys in the next one.